Okay, we're on the south side of the structure. Over by the fence. We're going around clockwise. This is a control joint. Some people call them expansion joints. Call them what you will. But those are there by design. Okay? We're on expansive clay soil. You're just not going to build a brick wall this long in this part of Texas and not get some kind of movement. And so, it's like the lines you see in the streets. And it's just, hopefully it's to control the movement. Now, every couple of years or so, you're supposed to come by sealant. What does sealant do? It gets dry and it shrinks. And it pulls away from the brickwork. So, as part of routine maintenance, every year or so, you just need to walk around your house and see what you're paying for. And check these joints and make sure they're sealed like they're supposed to be. Because brick is a great building material. This house could burn down and you could reuse the brick. Okay, now hopefully behind this brick we had a drainage plane that was installed. And that's why we have these weep holes where these little screens are. And then on our windows and doors where we have the metal lintels that are holding the brickwork up, those metal, that's what those are for, we've disrupted the drainage plane. And so now we have weep holes up here as well. And also around the windows, so any moisture gets around the windows. Good, and I don't believe these are required. And but I think it's good for the builder because it's putting them all around the fenestrations because of the history of leakage. So that was a good proactive move on the builder's part. Okay. And this is for the water conditioner or something. This is not part of a typical TREC inspection. These are our bathroom vents. Double pane vinyl windows. So brick is porous, and that's why we have the weep holes. Now around the foundation perimeter we have a parge coat. Okay, it's kind of like a cake frosting. Now if we were doing a wood destroying insect inspection report, then I wouldn't, then I would be calling that a conducive condition by design. But a parge coat is like a cake frosting, and just because the cake frosting is cracked doesn't mean the foundation is cracked. And just because the cake frosting is not cracked doesn't mean the foundation is not cracked either. And these little circles are for the post tensions because it's a post tension slab. Very good system. And they make a couple different types. I'm just saying it's a monolithic post tension cable slab. We have our control joints. We have our weep holes. Our bathroom vents. We have some soffit vents. So I'm going to be looking for something towards the soffit vents when I get into the attic, for attic spaces. The rain gutters do not discharge water far enough away from the structure. They're supposed to carry it out a minimum of 6 feet, and they're just not doing that. And they lay these splash blocks out backwards, and I honestly believe builders do that to give home inspectors something to complain about. I don't know why they're insistent upon installing them backwards, but it seems to be universal in this part of the country. I don't know. The grading and drainage over here, for lack of a better word, it sucks. Alright? We're holding water over 48 hours. I really take exception to the 48-hour rule. I don't think we should be relying on evaporation and absorption for drainage. Drainage means drain, to drain. It's not draining here. So the grass roots are dying, so the grass is not germinating here. So, and it's been over 24 hours. That's what the builder wants to use. It's been over 24 hours. It's still wet. I'm going to go with their, everything the National Association of Home Builders says about grading and drainage is going against this house. It's going against this house. Between the yard germinating and okay, we're over here. And this, we got some open mortar around here. It needs to be resealed or sealed in the first place. It was never sealed in the first place. And this water heater flue cap was installed upside down. It's supposed to be open like this to allow drainage, not to allow water to come in. Not to allow, and then it's cut at an angle to provide a hood over the exhaust vent. And the way this is cut backwards, then there's nothing to keep rain from coming in. No, that was installed wrong. Going along. Second verse, same as the first, grading and drainage. Hear that? Okay, this house has a full home team system, pest control. That's not for subterranean termites. It's not even for carpenter ants for that matter. Okay, but it's for like your roaches and those other types of bugs. And then spiders, they're so incredible. Well, they're carnivorous. And so if you take their food away from them, they'll leave you alone. They go where the food is. You take the other bugs away, the spiders go away. Ingenious little critters. We've got one of our attic accesses. One of our attic accesses right there. A tree, crepe myrtle, kitten. Going to grow up to be a big old nasty tomcat. Going to rub all against your eaves and everything. I'm not sure what that tree is. It might be a potato tree. I'm not a botanist. Okay? But trees should not be placed closer than 25 feet to the slab foundation. Now, if you look up and down the street, you'll see everybody has a tree in the front yard, and everybody got a tree that's on that corner. And so that's going to be a homeowners association type thing. Dollars to donuts. Okay, it's going to be a homeowners association. So I'm going to tell you that the trees are placed too close to the house. I'm also going to let you know that there's probably very little recourse you're going to have to do about it. You can't even do it yourself because you've signed a statement saying that you agreed to have these two trees. That's my prediction. Okay. Okay. The lintel with the weep holes that we were talking about earlier. It's supposed to extend a minimum of 6 inches past the relief. 6 inches. Come over here. Looks more like 4 inches. It does not extend 6 inches past the wall. It's supposed to do that so that it gives you enough support, okay, to hold the brick up. If you don't have a full 6 inches, it's going to allow it to teeter. It's going to cause cracking right over here. And that's not cracking, that's some underlayment that was positioned there. I'm not sure exactly what that was for. To draw water to this weep hole, I guess. But this is all going to start cracking out because that weep hole's not, that screed, that lintel does not extend full 6 inches. Now my client's taking exception to the yard over here in the front yard. It's lumpy is the word, okay? He feels like it's not consistent and level and it might be a trip hazard. Alright, and I agree it might be a trip hazard. And then we've got some places over here, some holes, some spots where the grass does not seem to be germinating. Where do termites live? In the ground. Oh, what do they eat? Dead wood. Oh, what's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. It's called a clue. And again, we got the parge coat. Now the parge coat, there's gaps between the parge coat and the foundation. There's different materials that move differently. Okay, and it creates little voids around your parge coat. And the structural pest control